Hello, friends. Shorter video than I intended today. I hope I'm looking a little healthier than I did last week because my symptoms have gone way down, and that's good. It's not gone, it doesn't go away in a week, but things are looking up. And as you can see from my wet hairstyle, I just got back from the baths and I swam. I swam for 20 minutes in the beginning, and then I swam for another 15 minutes outside in the rain. You can't feel it when your head is warm and you're in warm water. So I'm swimming outside like a crazy person, and it's kind of funny. Like you swim and the bath is warm. The pool is warm because it's 30 degrees or 32 degrees, which is warm, and then you go into a 90-degree sauna and you come out and go into the bath and it's freezing cold because of the difference in temperature, obviously. Anyway, I was really, thinking about making this video while I was at the baths, and I was there from 9 a.m. till almost noon this morning. And this is the first time I've been in the water since my symptoms started kicking up. So it's been a little over a week, like a week and a day, I think. So I haven't been swimming, and I've been feeling really awful. And I feel terrific now. And two things occurred to me. One thing that occurred to me, that going to the baths is very, very good for my mental health, because one of the things you cannot do is bring a cell phone or anything with an internet connection. The only electronic device you're allowed to take there is like a Kindle, something that you can read but isn't connected to the internet. Probably because they don't want you to take pictures of people and put them on the internet. But it's, I wouldn't take a Kindle in there anyway, because I think, wouldn't it get screwed up because of the moisture? Although, there are also, nobody does it in the wintertime, of course, but there are places you can lay in the sun in the garden. And also you can go into the bar and have coffee or lunch or whatever, which if you're sitting there by yourself, of course, you might want to read a book. So there's a reason why they say, oh, you can bring a device as long as it's not connected to the internet. But, I spend all my time in baths or saunas. So, I'm either not going to be able to read the screen, or I'm going to be at danger of dropping it in the drink. So no way. Anyway, so one of my problems is, even before I started my business, I was pretty much on the internet 24/7. I've been an internet junkie for a long time. I built a business on the internet. I promote my business on the internet. I am always on the internet. And the only time I unplug is when I go for a walk. And now when I go to the baths, I can also unplug. So on a really bad weather day, when I'm not going to go for a walk, or, when my joints are hurting too much that I don't want to go for a walk, I can go to the baths and also disconnect. So that disconnection is really good for me. And it occurred to me that it's a terrific place to write, regardless of the fact that I don't have a pen and paper or a laptop to write on. Because the way I write, the way I've always written, is I write in my head. And then when I get to a place where I can write it down, I just write it down. So I'll literally, people who are trying to be authors, give themselves the goals. I'm going to write this many words a day. And I literally will sit down in the morning and write 3,000 words in an hour. But it's not 3,000 new words. It's 3,000 words that I've spent the last 24 hours writing in my head. Or, wrote when I woke up in the morning, I wrote them in my head before I actually sat down and wrote them out. So that's, being that this year I'm going to be writing nonfiction and hopefully fiction after I get the nonfiction out of the way. It's really delightful that I've realized that, you sit there, a lot of people go there with a friend and have a chat, but there are some places that you're not allowed to talk. And so you just sit there and you can't really have, you're going to take a book, like I'll take my expense book and it will get all soggy. No, you don't do that. So you're alone with your thoughts, and I can write, and that's awesome. So turning off from the internet and, not being able to hit refresh, not worrying about orders because I can't go and check orders. not checking the bank accounts because I can't access the bank accounts, and also having time to write. Very, very good for me. And then another thing occurred to me that there are a lot of things that I wish I could do for my body to rehabilitate myself, to get better, to make myself stronger so that when you see symptoms come along, that I'm not so broken by it because of the secondary symptoms that have to do with joint inflammation and all that. And, I mean, I was diagnosed 16 years ago. It seems like yesterday, but it's been 16 years. And my problem is that, when your joints start hurting, you stop doing things. And that makes your joints get more inflamed. So it's really hard when your joints are inflamed to force yourself to go for a walk. It's really hard to force yourself to do any kind of exercise. But it's not hard to get in warm water. And the different baths that are at Thermae allow you to exercise while you're in warm water. I mean, there's a pool. I can swim laps. I can also there's a bar in the pool, so I could actually do ballet bar exercises in the pool, which, on the one hand, it's easier because you can lift your leg up more easily because your leg floats. But on the other hand, it's harder because when you put your leg down, you're fighting the resistance of the water. So that's terrific. And it's very soft on your joints, but it's very good for your muscles. And so there are all these things that yoga, I mean, one of the problems I've always had with doing yoga in the winter is that usually you walk into a yoga studio and it's so cold, or more importantly, doing yoga at home, it's so cold that you can't get yourself to relax because your muscles are all clenched. Well, I was in one of the saunas today, and it was the infrared sauna is only 60 degrees, so that's not very warm. But I was in the infrared sauna in lotus position, breathing. And that was really great. I also did that in the steam room because it's eucalyptus in there and it's steam, and snuffling it up your nose really, really gets your sinuses clear. And I woke up this morning with a little bit of a sinus headache, so now it's gone. So that's really cool. So you can do, you can't go and do a whole sun salutation or anything in the sauna you could do it if there was room. By the time I left there was no room even to sit in the sauna. There's so many people around because it's dreary, as you can see up here. It's dreary and damp today, and has been for weeks, so people are going to the sauna. So that's cool. So number one, the sauna as a place to shut off, and number two, the sauna as a place to write, and number three, the sauna as a place to exercise, to make it easier for me to exercise, to both do the exercises that rebuild, my shoulder and my elbow and my knee and the things that hurt, but also to be able to do the things with my whole body that keep me healthy and mobile. And then on my way home, Bob sent me a message that the government is calling a press conference tonight, and they're going to change the corona rules again, and shut everything. Everything. Despite the fact that there has not been a single case of COVID traced back to a swimming pool or a sauna. In the world, there has not been a single case of COVID traced back to a swimming pool or sauna. Our explosion of cases has been mostly in schools, and they won't close schools. And last week they announced that they were going to start the school holiday a week early, but a week early isn't doing any good. And now they're all terrified of Omicron, and they're going to shut my fucking swimming pool. Sorry, speaking half in Dutch. I'm really pissed off. So, it's not certain yet they're still deciding. What they've leaked to the press is that this is a possibility. Um, I'm so angry at the government that they keep not closing the place where all of the new cases are coming from. Um, but me and however million other people who are pissed off. So, and this isn't, oh, we're going to have a short sharp 3-week lockdown like they told us the last time. No one has put a date. I mean, this could be, we can't go to the Svenbad or the sauna until May. It could be. So I'm angry. I'm very angry. But I am at my best when I'm angry. I started reconstructing history when I was angry. I wrote my first article on historical clothing because somebody made me angry. So anger motivates me. I don't hold anger in. I channel it into good things. So I've already started thinking that, well, if they shut us down, and if they shut us down, they're going to shut us down today. So I can't even go tomorrow. Um, I'm just going to start walking every day, and maybe after my walk, I'll do some yoga while my muscles are still warm, so that I can stretch things out and everything. And I don't have much of a bathroom, but I can turn up the heat and sit in lotus position on the floor of the bathroom and pretend it's a sauna. I don't know. I can turn up this steam in the shower and pretend it's a steam bath. Um, I can still go to you can still go to drugstores and pharmacies, even a strict lockdown. So I can go and get some eucalyptus oil and put it in the bathroom and breathe eucalyptus oil. Um, but so, that's plan B. I mean, ultimately, I wanted to start walking every day anyway. But if they take away my ability to go to the swimming pool every day, then I'm just going to get up and walk. And it's not as great because, well, ultimately, I'm trying to rehabilitate my shoulder, and I don't do anything with my shoulder when I walk. But it will be good for the rest of me, and that's not bad. I also asked my physiotherapist to move up I had an appointment on January 6th, and I asked him to move it up, please, because I've been experiencing a lot of pain and because I wasn't swimming. And he moved it up to the 20th, and I don't know what day it is. It's next Thursday, so it's 2 weeks earlier than it was, I think. Yeah, he moved it up 2 weeks. It was going to be a month from the last one, and now it's 2 weeks from the last one. So so that's good. So I'm going to ask him for exercises that I can do if the swimming pool is closed. And ultimately, they've said short, sharp, not they haven't said short, sharp lockdown. They haven't said that at all. They've said a full lockdown, and that includes schools and universities and non-essential shops and cinemas and theaters and everything. And they said fitness centers, but pools aren't necessarily considered fitness centers because they're usually separate. And saunas are also not considered fitness centers. So I'm not sure of what's going to be shut down. It's possible that the pool won't be shut down. The sauna might be, because I think the sauna comes under like salons and spas, and that's different. But I mean, the swimming pool, it's not just me. I mean, the swimming pool is crowded all the time with elderly people, because in the Netherlands, it's clear that one of the things that keep elderly people healthy and moving is going to the swimming pool. And that's going to adversely affect the health of a lot of the population if they shut that down. So it's possible they won't. But I don't know. I'm not that hopeful. I'm at least hopeful that they're not going to do it until May. But I don't know what they're doing. Their heads aren't screwed on right. If they're allowing, I mean, now they're shutting schools finally, but all this while they've been like, oh, our numbers are up. Oh, look, we have all these positive tests in schools, and oh, but we can't hurt the kids' development. And then you read these things online from mothers saying, you don't think you're hurting children's development, but if they go into school and they sniff, they get sent home from school. So the whole argument of why they're not closing schools is twofold. Number one, they don't want to destroy childhood development. They don't want to retard childhood development. And number two, they don't want parents to have to go find childcare. Well, answer to number two is you're only supposed to go to work one time a week. That's the official government advice. You're not supposed to go into the office all week. You're supposed to go into the office one day a week and the rest of the time work from home. That's the official government advice. That's not going to work for everyone, but that's the official government advice. And number two, the mothers who have been saying things on the internet have been saying, if the child sniffs and they send them home, the mothers have to take off work, or the fathers, to take care of the child anyway. So if you're saying we're keeping schools open so that children don't have to be taken care of at home, and then making children be sent home for not corona symptoms, but just any symptoms, any mild, they sneeze and they get sent home for 10 days, that's already broken. You're already making the parents have to find childcare for their children. So why not just shut the whole school and stop this, these ridiculous amount of positive tests happening? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I just think what you should do is attack the problem where the problem is, not close things that aren't contributing to the problem. So I'm angry. But as we mentioned, I'm at my best when I'm angry. And the good news is everybody's saying that a third shot of the vaccine will protect you from Omicron. And they have accelerated the vaccination program. Right now, they're vaccinating people 60 and over, and I'm 54, so I'm in the next group. And they've said that they've accelerated the program such that everyone over 18 who wants a booster shot will be able to get one by mid-January. So in a month, I'll have a third shot. And that's terrific. And so will everyone else. And maybe we'll be shut down for a month until we can get this done. I don't know. I don't know what anyone's thinking. I know they're not thinking according to the advice. They're thinking according to whatever interests they're serving. And it pisses me off. And especially since I just got back to swimming. But I really, really enjoyed myself today. And now I'm really dedicated to keeping myself healthy and improving my health. So it's dreary and it's a little bit rainy, but it's not, you could walk for an hour outside and not really get wet. It's that kind of mist. And it's not really cold. Like I was swimming outside, it's not freezing cold. It very rarely gets below freezing here unless at night. And I don't even think it's getting freezing at night right now. So walking outside isn't bad. And I find it very tiring, but I find it tiring because I'm broken in a lot of ways and I don't do it. So I'm going to start walking every day. And that's my plan for this week, unless by some miracle swimming pools don't get closed and I can continue to swim. But even if I can go back to swimming every morning, I'm still going to walk every afternoon because it's something else I need to do. And that's all I got today. Thanks for sticking with me. I hope I can give you some good news next week. Bye, guys.